Hello again. Today we are going to be learning how to crochet. My biggest advice for new crocheters is to just don't be discouraged and keep going, at least for like the first half hour, and then decide if you want to quit. After that, I don't care, but at least try. Let's begin. The only thing you're going to need is a hook and a ball, a skein of yarn if you're fancy. And on the skein, it'll tell you what size hook you're going to need. So I'm going to need like a 5.5, but anything close, like a 5 or a 6 will work. Now we're going to make our slip knot. So you're going to take your yarn, you're going to make a little loop like that. See, the longer end is on the right side. Tuck that under and then pull a little bit through the loop. We're just grabbing it and then grab the other side of the yarn. This is called the tail of the yarn. So grab the tail and just pull it, and it should make this little loop. Then we can put our hook through that loop and just pull each side of the yarn so there's a little space between the hook and that little loop, okay? Next up, I think this is the most important step, the setup. So you're going to first, on your left hand, put the yarn over your pinky, under your 2 middle fingers, and over your pointer. Then, the very most important part that people do not get right, hold your middle finger and your thumb towards that loop. You can even grab onto the loop, okay? Now we have this little tension area here. That is so key. You do not want it too loose or too tight. It should just be a little, you know, you could play a little tune on it if you want. So once you have that, we're going to make our first chain stitch. Yee! Okay, so the hook is facing you, right? See that? The hook is facing you. You're going to bring it towards you, down and around that tension area. Then point the hook down parallel to the bottom of our slip knot, our loop, and pull it through and give it a little bit of room, okay? And that's our first chain. I'm going to chain 10, okay? And then I'll meet you back over here. Just keep practicing. Try not to get discouraged. If you do, then, I don't know, turn off the video and do something else. So you made it this far. Good for you. Now, we are going to switch and do our first single crochet. If you know how to do a single crochet, then you can literally do pretty much anything. So when we start a new row, we always skip the first stitch. The stitches are what looks like those little bubble areas there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have 10. We are going to skip our first little bubble and jump right into the next one by shoving our hook through the open area. Now you should have 2 yarns on there. You see that? 2 little yarn loops. Then grab the yarn and pull it through 1 of those yarn loops. 1. So you should have 2 on here again. If you have 2 on there, then you're doing good. Then just like our chain stitch, we're going to wrap around and then we're going to pull through both. And that's it. You have your first single crochet. Look at you go. Then we're going to keep going. So we're going to go into the next stitch. We're going to pull through 1 and then wrap around and pull through 2. Perfect. Then we're going to go to the next one. We're going to push it through the hole. We are going to grab the yarn and pull through 1. And then we're going to wrap around just like our chain stitch and pull through 2. We are going to do that all the way to the end. So I'll see you in a second. Good luck. We are at the end. Ugh, I hate that. So when you get to the end of a row, the first thing you do is make 1 chain stitch. Remember the first thing we did in the video, a chain stitch? So we're going to wrap around and pull through. That's 1 chain. Then flip your work because we always crochet from right to left. And to continue, we're going to skip that chain stitch that we just did. Remember, we always skip a stitch when we start a new row. So we're going to skip the chain stitch we just did and shove our hook through our first single crochet over there. Then we're just going to pull through. So we have 2 loops and wrap around and pull through 2. It's just like the last row we just did. Okay, and then you just keep on going until you get to the end. It should be 9 stitches per row at this point, because remember we skipped our first chain. Okay, guys, that's literally it. That is literally it. At this point, you can just keep going as long as you would like and make as many rows as you like. We just made, I think, 3 or 4. I'm going to make 10 and show you what it looks like at the end, okay? I actually don't know how many rows I made, but here I am done. So I didn't make a chain stitch. I just got done. When you're done with your project, just take a pair of scissors or pull the yarn, whatever you want, cut it, and then pull that tail, wrap it around, and just pull it through and tighten it up. And that's it. If you want to weave in your work, to do that, all you need to do is shove your hook through any of the holes, grab the tail, pull it through, shove your hook in, pull it through, blah, 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 blah. I don't care what you do. And you might be thinking, well, that's nothing. That's not even something I could use or gift to somebody. Yeah, I beg to differ. It could be a coaster. Isn't that lovely? A nice little coaster for your coffee. So I think this is a great way to start crocheting, and you know, that's it. Hopefully now you guys can practice, and maybe one day you'll be as good as me. Who knows? We'll have to see. Next time I think we're going to be doing something crazy. So come back if you want to try something new, and I'll see you then.